right, so welcome to the Panther Nation podcast, and we got a new thing going on. We're trying this year. It's called Know Your Opponent. Okay, so we're gonna start interviewing other podcasts from different teams to kind of figure out what's going on, because we typically give our perspective, Dave, and we're typically wrong because we don't know enough about the team. So we're gonna get it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. All right, so.
I don't like how you are discrediting me, man. I feel a certain type of way about this.
Dave, you be wrong a lot, and you was wrong on the
No,
53.
but
And you,
I know NFL relatively well, man. I'm a
all right,
fantasy guy.
that's true. That's true. All right. So that being said, we've got Tommy from Rams Uncensored. Okay, y'all can find them on iTunes. Matter of fact, I'm not going to introduce you. You can go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know where they can find you, and we'll get into the game on Sunday.
Well, thanks for having me, gentlemen. I'm actually new to the podcast world. I did a radio show for years at Long Beach City College, and I was asked to be a co-host there, and we did really well. We did so well, we started averaging on a weekly basis about 7,000 listeners. And the last episode I ever did, we had one of our sister shows that talks about hip-hop music call in and wanted to give us a piece of information and told us that we have a celebrity listener that used to check us out on a weekly basis. His name is Snoop Dogg. He used to listen to my show all the time, and I thought it was funny, and I asked why. And he said he likes that you guys mix comedy and sports. You make him laugh, you give him information, and he was hooked. And he grew up in Long Beach, so he kind of would log on to the website every once in a while just to be nostalgic and listen to who's on there, and he stumbled across us. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then I moved into podcasting less than 6 months ago. I had the guys that started Rams Uncensored bring me on as a co-host, and we went from there. And basically that's the gist of our show. Is we're a comedy show that talks about the Rams, and we talk about the NFL in general.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do something different. There's a lot of podcasts out there that give you what you need. There's probably 20 Rams podcasts. I mean, it's unreal, right? And at first, a lot of people on Twitter and social media didn't think we were going to last because of what we were doing and the way we were doing it. But we wanted, like I said, we wanted to do something different. So we crack jokes, we make fun of people, we make gifs of people online.
Yeah.
we hammer people all the time. That's what we do, man.
Yeah.
That's our thing. And we just have fun with it. At the end of the day, man, we all have jobs and families and children and responsibilities, and we just want to make people laugh, dude. So that's kind of our thing.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys, I've listened to a couple of you guys' show, and you guys are wild, man. So I'll say this: the title is very fitting because you guys are wild. So feel free to be yourself. Absolutely, we're not gonna censor you because you came from Rams Uncensored. We're not gonna censor you.
I do 2 shows a week. I do Rams Talk Radio with Derek, who's the president of our organization, which we have multiple podcasts and multiple writers on staff. So that show is the flagship show. So I do watch my language on that one, but on Rams Uncensored, we let the freak flag fly.
Yeah, you can do it here, man. No worries, man. I'm not.
No, you're good, man. I'll just be the clean one.
Yeah. And Dave,
I'll keep it. Where it needs to be. We'll just feel it out. How about that?
Yeah, we'll work it out. But all right, let's get to it. First of all, it's breaking news, right? So, breaking news just happened. Jared Goff gets a 4-year deal worth $134 million. So how do you guys feel about that? So what, $110 million guaranteed? It's pretty big deal.
I think it's fantastic. Highest guaranteed money in NFL history. We always see this, right? Time and time again. I've been a fan of the NFL for 34 years now. I'm 41 years old. Been a Ram fan my whole life. What I try to explain to people, because a lot of people that are football fans, they don't dive into the financial side in realistically, but they have tons of opinions on it, but they have no idea what they're talking about. Because they don't do their homework.
Right.
And I can't have conversations with people like that. So I'm going to break it down to you real simple, right? So the NFL, when they started the salary cap, came up with a percentage that they would never let any one player exceed unrealistically. That percentage of the salary cap per year is anywhere around 17 and 18%.
Right.
So the highest paid player in the NFL every year makes around 17 to 18% of the salary cap for that one team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it hasn't changed in 25 years, then why are we crying about it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So the cap goes up, the
Every
percentage stays the same. Now, if
Right.
the cap stops going up, guess what's going to stop going up too?
Yep.
Salary cap percentages. These guys are not going to make more money because the league's not making more money.
Yep.
So until they stop raising the salary cap every 12 years, or every 12 million every year, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And you could go back and I tell people all the time, Jake, go on your beautiful thing called a smartphone, pull up a percentage calculator, and do the homework yourself.
Yeah.
And you'll find that the data is there.
That's a great
So
point.
I'm happy with it because I have my quarterback. Right now I don't have to worry about that. You know,
Every single time I see here's my thing, man. Every single time I see a quarterback get paid, I'm happy for the quarterback, but I'm dreading how much Cam's going to cost me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We've had that discussion because it'll be Cam's second contract. So we've had that discussion, and I've recently posed the question: is that how you guys feel? Well, to our listeners, how we feel about extending Cam with all the injury concerns and all that good stuff. So it's out there. I mean, that number, like you said, is going to continue to go up. And that percentage, I've heard that number. I've heard that saying before about the percentages, but it's great to reiterate that. So that's a very good point you got there with the percentage of the salary cap. It makes 100%. It makes sense. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Cam's definitely gonna get his if he's healthy. So I'm not opposed to it. Not opposed to it.
Yeah, but and the guaranteed money is closing on being almost the same number, right, of the contract.
It's close.
Yeah,
Closer and closer for that position.
Yeah.
If he gets more, it'll be $3 million more guaranteed, which Jared got over Carson. But getting $3 more million guaranteed to that player isn't going to hurt anybody.
Nah.
Yeah. It's not.
It's not
going to hurt your franchise. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's not going to mess your salary cap up enough to where you're going to lose this guy or that guy.
Yeah.
Every NFL team has about 5 to 7 guys that get paid, and everyone else just has to fit under the cap. So it's lower paid veterans, and you better draft well. That's it.
Yeah.
If you
That's
keep
the
that
key.
revolving door and that business model up, you will be successful.
That's key. I mean, but drafting well isn't so easy for some people. But yeah,
No.
it's not that
it's not
simple.
for
But
all.
yeah,
It's just like you're guessing. You're guessing.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot.
No.
It really is. No, I agree. But it sounds simple, but drafting is definitely a big part of that. It's a hard thing to do. But I agree with you though. You definitely got to draft well.
The game plan to be successful is simple. Now, crossing your fingers and hoping that the players you picked in the draft are going to be good. Now that's out of your hands.
Right.
Right? Because you're hoping they're going to be good. You can't control that. You know, these kids are going from 7,000 plus football players in college to the greatest elite 1,500. That's a big deal.
Yep. I agree. I 100% agree. But so we initially when I was writing up a couple questions, I didn't anticipate talking about Jared Goff, but that's very interesting. News just broke like literally 20-30 minutes ago. So I definitely want to get your opinion on it, and you think it's a good thing. But on to the I guess the Panthers kind of biggest concern for the game on Sunday. Not really concern, but I guess the greatest unknown for us is what's good with Todd Gurley, man. So is he healthy? Is he not healthy? I mean, how has he been in the offseason?
Well, let's just put it this way. So I'm pretty close to the team, really close actually. Kevin Demoff's supposed to come on my show in the next 4 weeks, and I talked to Todd at camp. Came up to the hospitality tent, and I was like, "What's up, dude?" And I'm like, "How's your?" And I laughed. I didn't finish the sentence.
Right.
I just laughed, and he's like, "Come on, man." I was like, "You actually think I was going to ask you that stupid question?"
Right.
I'm like, I'm not even going to ask you if you're good, because I know you're good. And he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "You know how annoying it is to answer that question all off season."
Right.
These reporters keep asking the same thing over and over and over. He's like, "They're going to find out real quick what my knee's like." Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him running around. I think I saw a clip. It looks good. I think so. I mean, there's no long-term concerns about his knee, arthritic knee. So you think he's 100% good to go? I mean, for
he's going to
fantasy
get
purposes
less carries.
too.
There's a reason why we drafted, in my opinion, the best running back in the draft. That could be argued between the guy who went to the Raiders, Josh Jacobs, but I think Darrell Henderson was the best running back in the draft, and we got him. And so that's if they could take 100 touches in the regular season off of Gurley and give it to him, and have Gurley ready for the playoffs, then I'm good with that. And as long as we stay healthy enough to get to the dance and get to the tournament, then we'll be fine. We don't want to, and this is what I keep telling everybody, we don't want to end up like the Chargers running LaDainian Thomas's career into the ground all year long, and then he's sitting on the bench with his visor on in the playoffs. That's what we need to avoid, and that's kind of what happened to Gurley last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's interesting. So I guess to go along with that, I mean, you guys lost a couple offensive linemen. How's the O-line looking? Is that, I know you got the zone blocking scheme and all that good stuff, and Goff's success is really, from what I know, and I don't follow the Rams. I obviously watch the Super Bowl and all that good stuff. I've seen him play a couple times, but that O-line, correct me if I'm wrong, that O-line's been together since 2017, correct?
Yes, we had the same starting offensive line, other than right guard changed out one time. So pretty much the same line from 2017. Now we have a new center and a new guard. We drafted both of them last year to replace the guys that left because we knew they were leaving. We weren't going to re-sign Roger Saffold to a contract because it was his time to get paid again, and we decided not to because, well, we're going to pay, a left guard that much money who gets blown up in games that counts the most. I'd rather pay a guy, less than $1 million to get if he's going to get blown up.
Right.
Just let's put it that way. Now, do I think No Bloom and Brian Allen are going to get blown up? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. They didn't even play in the preseason hardly at all. Sean doesn't want no one getting hurt. You guys got, didn't that freak you out a little bit? Cam got a little injured?
A little bit,
God.
dude. We had a damn heart attack over here, bro. So, like,
Dude,
it's funny.
I was like,
it's funny. I was actually live streaming during the game, and I didn't really freak out because I know Cam, like, I knew had that been a regular season game, he would have played. So I knew it wasn't a big deal. But the dude, he's been getting banged up, and you just want to make sure he's healthy. I think he had, like I said, had that been a regular season game. But I agree. Sit the guys. Don't risk anybody. But at the same time, it's a delicate balance in my mind because you want them ready too week one. So I don't know about coming in completely cold, but I don't know. I guess there's no data. I have to look at the data behind it, to be honest with you. I don't know. Does it matter? Does preseason matter? Do those reps matter? Probably not, but I don't know.
No, it doesn't, and because Sean McVay proved that he's going into year 3, we haven't played our starters in preseason at all since he's been our coach.
Interesting.
For the most part, and we come out week 1 swinging on everybody. So it does. There is some data now that.
Yeah, no, I haven't looked at it. Yeah, it could be. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's interesting. I'm curious to see how that offensive line, because I mean your offensive line has been so good in the past couple of years. That change. I don't know how it's going to work, and we we know slouches on the defensive line. We're kind of going through a similar thing in the offensive line, albeit we have veterans. We replaced Matt Khalil. Ryan Khalil.
Yeah, we've been replaced him.
Yeah, he needed to be replaced a long time ago. We replaced Ryan Khalil with Matt Paradis from the Broncos. So we veteran presence, kind of similar to what Ryan Khalil was, hopefully. But it's a little different. We didn't draft anybody. We don't have any young bucks on the line. They're all veterans for the most part. So hopefully they can gel. They got some gelling to do, but I'm confident they'll be pretty good. Obviously, Aaron Donald is no joke, and they'll have to kind of get thrown to the wolves. I kind of like it that way though. You kind of starting off rough, just get thrown to the line and see what happens.
I have a question regarding considering how the weather is heading into Carolinas right now. Do you know whether or not the Rams will consider changing their travel schedule because of the hurricane?
I have not even paid attention to the travel schedules of a lot of teams that are playing this weekend on the East Coast in Florida and whatnot. But it is a concern. But it seems that hurricane is, slowly headed upwards instead of inwards.
Yeah, I think
it kind of stopped over the Bahamas, which sucks because it annihilated that beautiful part of the world. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's people, in the second story of their condos, and the water is up to the window in the second story. That is terrifying, man.
It's insane.
But yeah, go back to your question. No, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't think that the hurricane is going to affect us too much. Maybe Raleigh a little bit. Maybe
Raleigh's going to
towards the coast. But Charlotte should be fine. Maybe a little rain, but I don't think it'll. If any, I doubt it. I doubt we'll get affected by it. But I guess another question to kind of coincide with the whole travel thing is: do you think there's any effect coming from the West Coast playing that 1:00 game? Is there any kind of precedent set behind that? How do you guys fare coming to the East Coast?
I've never really thought that was a problem. The whole jet lag, travel. I mean, this is kind of what everybody does every year. This is kind of their job. I mean, I don't really buy into that too much. You got to get your head right. I mean, football isn't for the faint of heart. And go back, let's talk about the offensive lines a little bit in general as a position. If you're not a tough guy, trust me, that is the one part of American football where you will get exposed. Because you got to be to play off the line, in my opinion, you got to be an alpha, and you got to walk around popping your collar like, who wants something today? You want a piece of this? Come get it. If you're not that kind of guy, trust me, those are the guys you see getting blown up. They're soft. They got their lunch money stolen. Those are the type of dudes that you don't want on your line, man. And you'll find out real quick.
That's Matt, yo.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yo, that's Matt.
Matt Khalil, man. That's funny. I'm glad
That's why he got cut from the Texans.
Yeah, he's
that's
free agent
Matt.
right now.
Matt Khalil was softer than Charmin.
Dude.
The Rams drafted Greg Robinson instead of Khalil Mack a few years back, and they could have had Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald in the first round.
Christ.
And they drafted
We're very happy.
And they went and drafted for need like stupid idiots do when you always draft best available player. Yeah. Always, because at least if you draft the best available player, okay, say we couldn't pay Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald. Trade Khalil Mack like the Bears, they get a ton of picks. We could have got all them picks back, but because we drafted for need, now we have nothing. Right? Never do that. Greg Robinson's 6'6", 330 pounds, and I'd go up to him. I'm 5'11", 240. I'd be like, "What's up? You want a piece of this?" I bet you he'd give me his wallet. That dude ain't tough.
That's funny.
Man, he was bad. And Matt was the same way. Khalil was
Matt
soft.
Khalil was, he's definitely. So you don't got to tell us, man. We know, trust me. We call him Speed.
He's a USC guy, so I know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You knew before. You should have gave us the warning.
And you guys didn't.
I tried to call Weddle.
No, we didn't draft him. You're right. We didn't draft him, but we definitely picked him up free agency. But yeah, you're right.
You thought his. I thought it was a good idea for you guys to get his big brother to punch him in the mouth a couple of times.
Yeah.
Remember who he is, type of thing. I thought that was going to work.
Sounded nice. It did. No, it did not at all. That was a failed experiment.
Got Cam killed.
So I guess going back to the offense, you guys got what? You got Cooper Kupp back. What's the offensive outlook like? So what do you guys? How you guys feeling? I know you guys got that high-powered offense. It's looking good. How do you think you fare on Sunday against the Panthers' stacked defensive line and stacked defense overall? I must say, how you think it's gonna work out?
I think it's going to be, unless the defenses, I know you guys are doing a 3-4 for the first time in franchise history, and so did the Rams 2 years ago.
Well,
we played it in the 90s.
Yeah, not quite franchise history, but it has been a while. Yes, it has
been a while.
Yeah, close enough, right? I mean,
the Rams, you're right.
When they did it 2 years ago, they've never run the 3-4 in the history of the franchise, and they've been around since the 30s.
Yeah.
So that kind of made me nervous. I was like, whoa, 3-4, that's an AFC thing. Get out of here. I wasn't with it, but man, was I wrong, and I was okay with it because we got Wade Phillips, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of defense. So what I'm looking forward to seeing is you guys shifting your defense and getting your feet wet. The Rams completely running a new offense that no one's seen because Sean got figured out by Matt Patricia last year against the Detroit Lions.
I was going to
say
that.
Matt told Fangio, Matt told the Eagles, Matt told Bill, do this, and you'll shut them down. I'm telling you, their offense is smoke and mirrors. They're doing a lot of pre-snap garbage to piss everyone off, and they're running very simple plays. And he broke it down for him because Matt Patricia is a freaking defense genius, right? And so we're going to come out and run a completely different offense that I haven't even seen yet because they didn't even run it at camp. When they had open practices, I'm telling you, man, they were jerking around. This year they only have 7 open practices for the fans. Normally they have about 14. So I think they purposely did that to keep everyone out.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's gonna be interesting because while I do think our defense is they hyped up this 3-4 move, but it's really gonna be multiple looks. I wouldn't expect us to. You're not gonna see the Panthers roll out there in 3-4 looks every down. There's gonna be some nickel. It's gonna be some 4-man front. I think it's just a matter of the kind of the flow of the game. I am a little concerned though about the run defense because we got gashed. I mean, obviously nobody's scheming that we're not really. It's preseason, so you take it with a grain of salt. But we were getting gashed, even with starters in. We were getting gashed with the 3-4. Obviously, 3-4 is susceptible to the run inherently, but I'm a little concerned about the run defense. I think they'll get it together, but I'm looking forward to K1 and Gerald McCoy kind of exposing them young linemen you got up front. In the middle, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a
your
interesting
defensive
battle.
line. I mean, you guys got McCoy now. Like, your defensive line is legit, bro.
And it's speed. It's really we got a lot of speed on the edges too. So it's going to be much different than it was last year. A ton of speed.
Oh yeah,
Brian Burns is the real deal. Man.
Yeah, Brian Burns is no joke.
I was on the podcast earlier with the Panthers podcast, and he said the same thing. Watch out for Brian Burns. So my eyes are all over him.
Yeah, he's a beast, and the great thing about it is he doesn't have to be, he doesn't have to do it all, right? So we got a nice little rotation with Mario Addison, Bruce Irvin, and so it should be okay, and he should shine. He's gonna when he gets his snaps. And probably third down situational where he can just pin his ears back. He's gonna get to it. He's been beating some guys, and I know you got Andre Whitworth, but dude, he's kind of up there. I don't know if he's gonna be able to hang with Bruce, man. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting.
It's gonna be a tough game. I'm telling you, it's gonna be low. I think it's gonna be low scoring.
I agree.
It's gonna be a game of chess.
That's against what Vegas thinks. I'll tell you that.
Out. Yeah, it's going to be a real chess match. Yeah, everyone trying to get their feet under them, feel each other out.
Yeah.
Week 1 is brutal, man. It's like one of the worst weeks to pick games in Vegas too, because you just don't know what you're going to get.
Right. True. So like even with the run, the opposite side with y'all run defense. I mean, I know y'all run defense was pretty susceptible, giving up 5 yards a carry last year. And we were getting.
Let me explain the run defense.
Okay, go ahead.
So you guys don't get. And this was to talk you guys off the ledge. To
no, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I'm about to help you guys out right now. Right?
Go ahead.
And this is the way I see it. This will just help calm your nerves. We all need to calm our nerves, right? In general. So here, I'll give you a little nugget. The Rams are one of the worst defenses in the league last year, stopping the run. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Statistically,
we went to the Super Bowl.
True.
We went to the Super Bowl with one of the worst. So who gives a shit, right? At the end of the day, when do you need to stop the run? You need to stop the run at the end of a game when a team has the lead on
when
you.
It counts,
but does the rest of the game really make that much of a difference?
It's true. I mean, that's
analytics show.
That's kind of. I mean, to be truth be told, that's kind of what our defense is. Bend but don't break, right? So we give up.
Don't break. If you give up 80 yards rushing on one drive and they kick a field goal, you won.
Yeah, and I 1,000% agree. You're right.
You won that drive. You won that drive.
Correct.
You only gave up a damn field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. I don't disagree at all.
Don't even sweat that noise. You guys will tighten it up. Everyone will tighten it up. As soon as the Rams got in the playoffs, and this is what I tried to tell people about Dominican Sue. Listen, Dominican Sue's a businessman. He's a smart man, okay? He had his foot clearly off the gas during the regular season. You could see it. I watched Ndamukong Suh his whole career because I was mad the Rams didn't draft him instead of Sam Bradford. He was my guy, so I watched him every minute. That was my dude, right? He was Aaron Donald before Aaron Donald. And as soon as the playoffs started, best run defense in the NFL. The best run defense in the playoff or in the league last year, the Dallas Cowboys, we smoked them in the playoffs. Gurley and C.J. Anderson ran all over their ass, right? So I don't care what you do in the regular season.
I mean,
the only thing that counts is getting in the tournament and swinging on people.
It's all valid.
You know?
I have. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's great points. Great points. So, so how about Eric Weddle? Like, have you seen Eric Weddle and the new additions on the defense you guys got?
Dude, I was talking to Eric and Clay at camp
Yeah,
because they
Klay
both
Thompson
grew
as
up here, So I was like, bro, how good is it just to be at the crib, to be home, man? They're like, dude, you have no idea. They're like, they're like a lot of us that grew up in Southern California, because the NFL's a boys' club. They all talk to each other, right? So as soon as two NFL teams moved to Los Angeles, they were like, bro, we have two job opportunities now where we grew up. See, they look at it as a job. We're just fanboys, right? But this is their fucking job.
Yeah.
So they see life differently than us. They got wives and children that are like, I don't want to live in fucking Buffalo. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you got millions of dollars and like, dude, Marshawn Lynch, when he got traded to the Seattle Seahawks, he said this, and this is why I love Marshawn, because he don't give a shit. He said, what the fuck is a 20-something-year-old black man with all this money supposed to do in Buffalo on a Friday night? Go to fucking Applebee's?
I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, dude.
That's funny.
So good.
I remember that.
And that's my point is, now these boys that grew up in SoCal can come home at some point. Eric Weddle called his agent when he got let go from the Ravens and said, he already played for the Chargers, and that went horribly wrong. They screwed him, so he wasn't going to go back there. But he's like, call the Rams. I know LaMarcus Joyner is leaving.
Right.
I want his job, and he got it. And he
signed
within 24 hours.
I know he has a relationship with Rivera, and I thought we were gonna bring him in at one point, but it never got to that point. Because exactly what you're saying, I think he wanted to go back home. I don't think it ever got to that point with us with the Panthers.
He did his travel schedule because he lived here and played in Baltimore. He said it killed him. Going back and forth all the time. Like, dude, he's like, man, I was away from my family too much, making them move around, going on hotels and dragging them on airplanes all the time, man. It's exhausting, dude,
Yeah, man. No, that's cool. So, hey, so do you have a prediction for the game on Sunday? Do you have a prediction?
Well, my prediction earlier to the other gentleman was it's going to be a low-scoring game. It can go either way. But I'm going to take Rams 2017 because I'm going to pick my team. Now,
of course,
it can go either way because these are two really tough organizations that are right now they can get after it.
Yeah, Dave, you got a prediction for the game, dude?
I don't know why I think this. Like, I know Vegas thinks it's going to be a shootout. I think it's one of the highest over/unders of the week.
Wasn't it
50 points?
Yeah, it's 50. Yeah, I saw that.
It's at 50 points. Rams are actually favored.
I picked the under on that.
Wow, man. I don't know. I could see like a 27-24.
It's hard for me because I'm a defensive guy. I play defense. I'm a safety. So for me to, just say that people are going to just throw all over each other, I'm like, nah, you ain't going to, nah.
Yeah.
It's week
like
one.
Protecting our defenses,
No, I get it. It's week one in the Wild Wild West NFL, though. That's why I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, because it takes defenses a minute to get their shit together. You're right.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
50 might be too high, though. I might, but I could see 27-24. I could see 31-21 or something like that. I could see a very high-scoring game.
Yeah, it could happen, man.
Yeah,
I think 12, it wouldn't be that, though.
No, by then it's different, though. Nah, by then it's different. It's different then. Because now you know each other. There's war wounds at that point. It's week one, man. Everybody, for the most part, is coming in healthy. I mean, I could see it being I think Carolina could win it, man. I think they can do it. It's just going to be tough.
It can go either way. I agree.
It can go. It's going to be close. Like the -3 line is, they have the Rams' favorite 3. I would take the points with the Panthers. I think they'll win it. I think they'll win by 3.
I think this is gonna be I think it's gonna be a great game personally, and I think there's no better way to start the season than against the defending NFC champions. With all the changes going on from the Panthers' perspective, it's just good to get out there and get a tough game, no matter which way it goes. I think it's gonna be good for us either way because we need to be tested. And I think it'll get us off on the right foot for the season, no matter if we lose or win. I hope we win. Dave and I are going to be there, courtesy of Bruce Irvin. Bruce Irvin actually gave us
Really?
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he hooked us up. So, but yeah, we'll be there, and it's gonna be fun to watch, and hopefully we get the dub. But nah, man. So
I'll make you. Hey, you guys do me a favor while you're at the game. If
Yep.
you spot any Rams fans that are wearing like L.A. Rams colors, not St. Louis colors, those are probably people that I know personally.
Okay.
That I've met since the team. I mean, what we do on Twitter, this community that we've built with people, not just in SoCal, but all over the world, we have fans, right? And we all hook up with each other, go to different games. It's really fun. So if you guys see any of them, ask them who they are, if they're on Twitter or whatever, or just take some selfies. Say, hey, I talked to the Rams guys in LA. We want to take some selfies with you guys, and just fire them off, and I'll blast them out on Twitter and promote the heck out of it. I just think it would be something cool. If you guys
Cool.
wanted
Yeah,
to do that.
I'll do that, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll look for it's the blue and white, right? Not the blue and gold.
Not the navy and gold. It's the royal and yellow.
Royal and yellow. Got it. All right, got it.
Yeah.
All right. So
If you see guys wearing that, you know they're Los Angeles guys for the most part. Everyone's starting to adopt those colors again because everyone forgot how dope they are.
Yeah.
But they're coming back.
Yeah, got you. All right, man. So that's pretty much all we had. Dave, you got any other questions?
Nah, man, I'm good, yo. I got my questions off with the weather. I think we did a good breakdown of what it's going to go down to. It's going to go down to the trenches ultimately when it's all said and done.
Like all games.
If our offensive line isn't gel, like I know they're still gelling. If it's not gelled on Sunday, it's going to be a long day.
We got to be at least.
You should be like, say something stupid like John Madden and be like, whoever scores the most points is going to win the game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but like,
yeah,
our line needs to play better. Like
Yeah.
the line has to show up.
yeah.
I think we both can agree on that. Both of our D lines are legit.
Legit,
and our
yeah,
O-lines
man.
are going. Our D line's legit. O lines are shit.
Pretty much.
That's funny. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
Like
yeah,
on
you're
paper,
right.
on paper,
Yeah.
I like our line. It's just I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
Now,
it
on
in the
paper, I like my line too, but they might be paper. We gonna find out.
That's funny. All right, man. So that was great. That being said, man, listen, Tom, you were great. Rams Uncensored. If you haven't listened to them, go check them out. And hopefully, we'll see what happens on the game on Sunday. And this is great, man. Appreciate you one more time. If you want to outro yourself, feel free and tell people where they can find you.
No, I love what you guys are doing, bringing on podcasters from your opponents on a weekly basis. I think a lot of people are starting to adopt that, and it gives us all a chance to talk to each other, right? This is fun. I had a great time. Thanks for inviting me, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
No question. I appreciate you coming.
All right. Yep. That being said, man, we will catch y'all next week. Keep pounding, people.
Keep pounding, guys.
All right, man. Good luck.
All right, man.